What's going on, guys? Michael from GPURisers back here again, and today we are in Virginia. We left North Carolina and I'm heading to the ASIC facility right now. Looks like we're about 40 minutes away, but the drive has been real nice. I know the last vlog kind of cut off a little early. Once I got to the hotel, I kind of had to scramble and do the live streams and everything like that, so I didn't do anything last night for vlogging, but today I woke up, I'm on the way now. I think I'm in Virginia. I still might be in North Carolina. I think it's Virginia though. But you can see here, I mean, it's just a really, you know, pretty part of the country. You know, every time I'm up here, it reminds me of it. It reminds me, I guess, back, you know, me and my friends used to go up to Gatlinburg in the mountains during summers, during college and everything like that. And it's always nice seeing mountains. And, you know, as many of you guys know, I am from South Florida, Fort Lauderdale area, and our facility's in Melbourne, so I'm used to flat land, not many big trees, just palm trees and stuff like that, so it's nice seeing this. But yeah, the goal for today is to get these 15 ASICs online. Should be relatively quick. After I get these online, I do have to shoot over to Raleigh, Durham. There's actually a wedding there that I'm going to with my fiance, so I'm meeting her there, and then we're driving back, probably stopping in Melbourne on the way back just to do a couple different things, but that's the plan. So I don't know if I mentioned it in the prior vlog, but we have about, I think, 11 L7s or 10 L7s. We have an E9, and the rest are S19 Pros, J Pros, you know, XPs, those kind of things. So this is my third time in Virginia, probably in the past month and a half. It's been a lot. The first time was in, we came through Nashville. The second time we did drive up. So it's been a lot of driving recently, but I am excited to get these clients online. I know they're excited as well. So the way we're going to transfer ASICs up here, I think going forward, unless it's a bulk, you know, order like this 10 or plus, or 10 plus ASICs, we probably are just going to ship them. You know, we get a lot of single ASICs from clients, you know, that they, you know, current clients that have ASICs that just want to add one more. So what will happen with that is they'll get shipped over to Hawk Crypto. He'll bring them to the Melbourne facility for Terra, and at Terra we will run them, make sure everything's good with them, load up the, you know, client's wallet, pool, whatever needs to be loaded on it, test it for a little bit, and then we'll box it up and ship it. But we do have some clients, like you can see in the back here, that have you know, good amount of ASICs. The one client in particular has 10 L7s back there in the truck now, and he has more on the way. So we don't really want to take delivery, you know, freight delivery and then freight them up. It is kind of expensive to do all of that. So we figured, you know, and we also have to hook them up there. So you know, rather than ship them and fly or something like that, we, you know, we're if we can fit them in my truck, I'll drive, or if not, we usually rent like a big Suburban or something like that. So that's what we did the first time we were up here. But yeah, guys, I'll flip it back over here. You guys can see it's just a really pretty part of the country, like I said before. Not really used to this. I definitely don't mind the drive at all. It's nice. Not a lot of traffic, but not a lot of towns. You know, there's not really anywhere to pull over, so I do have the car packed with water and everything like that, so it's been peaceful. Just listen to music and kick it back a little bit. But I'll switch the vlog off for now, and I'll be back once I get all these in the container and everything like that. I will vlog at the container, so probably in a couple seconds for you guys it'll switch over to the site where we have the ASICs, and I'll show you inside. You can't really talk inside. It's really loud, you know, as you could imagine, having a wall of ASICs in the cool aisle, and it's very cold, for me at least. Everyone laughs at it, but you know, I'm from South Florida. Anything under 70 degrees, I'm, you know, wearing jackets and stuff. So but I will do some vlogging there, show you guys kind of how they're set up, walk around, and show you guys how it's all hooked up and everything like that. So it was really interesting when I got there, so I'm sure it will be for you guys, for any viewers that haven't, you know, seen how, you know, ASIC containers are kind of set up. So I'll give you guys a little tour of that. All right, so guys, we are at the ASIC facility. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of kind of what this facility is, the power specs that it has, and everything like that. So today we are deploying a couple of ASIC miners. You can see them right here. These are the ones that I was talking about earlier in the car. There's some L7s, S19s, stuff like that, and they will be going into that container right there. So a little bit about this facility. You can kind of see, again, in the video, I try to do it while driving, but we are in Virginia. We're not going to give the exact location of this place, but it is very secure. And you can see all the exhaust coming out right here. If you actually go over here, it does get quite hot. You definitely feel the heat from this. Each container, I believe, can hold up to about 360 ASICs. Now, these two containers are owned by a private individual, and it is a private mining farm. I'm going to walk a little bit over here just in case the audio is not picking it up. But the individual that owns these two containers that are hooked up actually to that transformer right there, which is a 3 megawatt transformer, he has graciously leased us space in one of the containers. Each container has 3 800 amp panels in it. On each 800 amp panel is a 3-phase, so it can be broken down into 2400 amps per panel. And so we have 120 slots available in one of these containers, and we have been filling up those 120 slots. I'm going to put my sunglasses on. It's getting a little bit bright out here. So we have 120 slots that he is allowing us to rent space in. He has one container that is his private mining farm, and then the other container has some space, which is, again, why we are able to have 120 slots. So these containers are very cool. I'll give you guys a little bit of a walkthrough real quick. I'm going to kind of be close to the speaker because it does get kind of loud. I've never seen a container farm like this before. I've always seen them in videos and everything like that, but never in person, and it is quite astonishing when you actually are standing here. Now, it is going to get a little bit loud here. This is the 3 megawatt transformer that is powering all of this, and it has feeds going to each container. Now, the private individual that has this mining farm also had to install these poles to hook up to the electrical grid out here in Virginia. And he had to, add in his own metering and everything. If you guys notice, this is kind of a rural area. There's not a whole lot around here. And so all the infrastructure he had to get installed and pay the electrical company for the installation. But all of it comes running down through here, through the gravel, right into the transformer right there. So on the other side of this, we have the first container. Right here, this is the intake. And the reason why this is the intake, I believe, is because the cold air will go in through the middle here and then exhaust out. You would not want the exhaust to go into the exhaust on the other one, or you would not want the exhaust to go into the intake on the other one. So the best design is to lay it kind of out like this. You can see on the other end here, just like on the other container, it is the exhaust. So you can see these are moving a lot more than the other container. There are a good amount of miners in there that are mining away. So that is the container facility. It's hard kind of to imagine. Again, I hope you guys can hear me, but having 3 megawatts here in 2 containers, it's just astonishing. We've been dealing with, half a megawatt of power availability at the facility or Terra's facility in Melbourne. And it's a lot of electrical infrastructure, but when you see it laid out like this, it really is just the perfect design for ASIC. But when you see it laid out like this, it really is just the perfect design that you can have for, ASIC hosting or just mining on ASICs in general. Now, they do sell containers for GPUs. However, the power requirements are not nearly as much as these. I think, like I said, each one can hold about 360 ASICs, and each of those can go up to 3,500 watts. In comparison to GPU mining, an R8 might be the size of about 3 or 4 of these ASIC miners and probably will consume about 1/4 the power, depending, of course, on which algorithm, what cards and everything like that. But it's safe to probably say, you could probably fit 3, possibly 4 GPU containers of this size for the amount of power that one ASIC container has. And the air out here in Virginia is very clean air. There's not salt, there's not, a whole lot of dust. This is just mountain air rolling off the mountains here. So the setup here is it's just perfect. It's ideal, and it makes complete sense. So if you are interested in hosting ASICs, definitely hit up Terra Hosting. I am a part owner in Terra Hosting. Like I said, I was the one driving these ASICs up here, but the Mining King and Hot Crypto Mining, we're all partners in this. Definitely message Hot Crypto Mining if you're interested in ASIC hosting. This is where your ASICs will be. But yeah, guys, I think that's everything. I'm gonna go ahead and get some of the ASIC miners here off of my truck. You can see I have the boxes out here. They're all ready to go. Inside the containers, you probably won't be able to see it when I do some B-roll in a little bit of the inside. But right here is going to be the exhaust, and this gets pushed up against plexiglass. It's well, not plexiglass, it's like a plastic film, but it's similar to plexiglass. And then inside the container, you cut perfectly along this so that the heat aisle is isolated. If you don't have it isolated, the heat will whip back through, and then it'll come through the cold aisle, which you do not want. And each of these will be powered by a C19 or C20, whichever the female one is. And these are the splitter cables that we will be using, which of course are the C13 or I can't remember the male and female ones, but we got very heavy gauge 14 gauge cables for those, and we are excited to get these clients online. But like I said, guys, I have to drive to Raleigh-Durham in North Carolina after this. It's about, I want to say, 4 hours away. It's not so bad. So I'm going to do a little bit of vlogging, talk a little bit about ASIC hosting in a little bit. After the B-roll footage, I want to show you guys the inside. I'm not going to talk, like I said, it is loud. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions about these containers or anything like that, drop a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to talk about it with you guys. And so I'm going to go ahead, get these online, and we'll be back in a second. All right, guys, we're still loading up some of these L7s and ASICs and everything like that, but I do want to show you guys the inside of this one container. This container is full. I'm pretty sure it's 100% full, but we'll say 99. I'm not going to be able to talk too much, but I'll show you guys this.